Hi, my name is Julian Saucier.
My name is Aruna Taylor Kamara.
I'm from Kitsap County.
I'm from King County. So we're going to register to vote using the actual Washington State voter registration form. And you can find this form online at Secretary of State's website. You could print one of these forms off, and then you could follow with us and register to vote yourself. I'm looking over here at this registration form. I have a Washington State voter registration form. It's broken up into 6 sections.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty simple.
My personal information.
Yeah. Pretty much just your name.
Start with last name. If I can remember that, it's a super long one.
Date of birth.
Name.
Don't look.
Those are necessary. It's necessary to have those pieces of information on the Washington State voter registration form to get registered to vote.
Your gender, your residential address in Washington State. I live in Kitsap County. I'm putting my address there. But if people don't have an address or an actual physical address, they can put Crossroads.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For whatever reason they may not want to disclose that where they live,
right,
or their address, or they may not have a home in between homes at the time. They can just put cross streets.
If you have a different mailing address, some people have P.O. boxes and different places where they get their mail. It has a place for that as well. Mine's the same, so I'm not going to worry about that. And I'm definitely going to put my phone number and email address, because that way they can let me know if there's a problem with my ballot. So my ballot always counts.
That is nice. You could just sit back and relax. You don't have to constantly look out, go online and search to track down your ballot.
Yeah.
I think I'll do that also. So I use my entire name for my email address.
They're way too long these days.
It's so long.
Section 2 is about our qualifications, and it's
Okay.
I am at least 16 years old and will not vote in a special or general election until I'm 18.
If there's 17 at the primary elections, they turn 18 in between the primary and the general, they will be able to vote in the general election. It almost confused me though. I was just like, what's going on? So, yes. Oh, so it's third section here. Am I in the military, overseas, the overseas status? So you could send in your registration from anywhere, and that's the nice part about it. Gives you a voice no matter where you are. If you're stationed overseas, of course, now it's reiterating, but yeah, that's the cool part about it. So military, overseas. In the third section, I'm currently serving in the military. This includes National Guards and Reserves, and spouses or dependents away from home due to service. No. So, but thank you for the people that do serve. Yeah. I live outside of the United States. I'd be able to vote if I lived outside of the United States also. My vote matters, my voice, okay? I do not live outside of the United States, but people who do can still vote.
Now the next one's the identification, and this is your Washington State driver's license, or your permit, or a state ID. If you don't have those, you can go into one of those voting places, the voting centers, and bring, they'll tell you what you need, or you can check in advance what you might need to be able to vote. So
yeah.
I have my driver's license. They allow me to drive in the state, which is pretty lucky.
I got mine driver's. Do you remember your driver's license?
Of course I do.
Oh, do you remember? That's impressive. All right, I'm gonna have to pull out my driver's license for that one. All right. Your IQ is just.
No, it's not. That is not.
It is, I'm telling you. Oh, you could also put in the last 4 digits of your social security number to register, I guess, if you didn't have driver's license, permit, or ID on you.
You remember that, right?
I do. The last 4 at least. If you're putting your ID, I'm just going to put in my last 4. All right. I hope I didn't say that out loud. Okay, and the fifth section, change of name or address. That's not necessary unless, of course, you did change your name or your address. Then you'd have to fill it out. And as many times as I've repeated in this segment that I have a super long last name, this might apply to me pretty soon. I have to change my name to Ocho Cinco or something of the sort, really. A couple syllables and finish it. So I'm not going to fill that out. How about you?
Yeah, I don't need to fill that out. Like people that get married or people that move. That's for them.
Move to a different location. Yeah.
And then finally we have the the declaration, which is this is where you're going to sign your name, and what's really important is that you sign your name consistently with the way you sign it on your ballot.
I've heard of a tip for this to make sure that your signature is correct and it all matches.
Yeah.
Just take a picture of it,
Yeah.
and then have it on your phone. Try to trace that picture.
Yeah.
That's a
Mine's never the same. I'm lucky. It always counts. We can get it in before our deadline of 8 days before the election. If we're going to do it by mail,
yeah.
put a stamp on it and send it in. But if you can't, what do you do?
Could look at this form and I'll flip it on over and I see a bunch of locations that I can contact, because you can go to the voting center up until the day of the general election, the day of, and fill out this voting registration form, and then also be able to receive your ballot and vote. But that you would have to be on site there. And at the back of this Washington State voter registration form, it gives you a list of locations that you can call. There's a 5x5 column here. There's a lot, and for all the different counties within Washington State.
So once you send in your registration, you can go to votewa.gov to check that you've been registered and to look for information regarding the next election and when your ballot's going to arrive and who your current representatives, legislators, and government officials are.